In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Bronny James and his defensive skills. There is a good reason why Bronny James made the NBA, and it's obviously partially due to his father, but he's actually a very good defender. So let's get down and let's check out Bronny James and what he's able to do on the defensive side that you can do as well, so that you can also become a defensive stopper. So let's get down. Let's check them out really quickly. If you want to be able to jump higher and block more shots, make sure to go check out my vertical jump training book that is down in the description below. Okay, so this first clip right here, he is playing in the gap position. This is his man that he is guarding. His man receives the pass, and at this time he drives. Now, Bronny James, being a good defender, he's actually keeping and forcing this guy sideline. We can see that right here. When this offensive player attacks the rim and gets past Bronny, he gets that ball nice and high, and then he brings the ball down right there. Anytime a player brings the ball down to their waist when they are attacking the rim, you need to go after it. You have to remember that while there's a ref here, there's a ref here, there's also a ref over on this side. If you bring the ball right here, nobody is going to be calling a foul on this side of the play. And if they do, they're just guessing that there's a foul because they cannot see it. The only referee that can see the foul is this guy right over here. However, there is a big body in the way that is creating a wall, and nothing can be seen on this side of that player. Which means that the only time that a foul will be called is if there was a referee here or a referee here. This is the only spots that should be called a foul. Every other position on the court is not going to see the foul on this play. So that's why as the offensive player, you need to keep the ball above your head so that now everybody sees the foul if there is a foul. Also, hand is part of the ball, and that means that even if he rips your hand off, it's not going to be called a foul. So Bronny James knows that. He's able to rip that ball from that offensive player, and he's able to then go back the opposite direction. And this is a pretty clean sweep. Like, he got all ball right there, and that's exactly what happens when you bring the ball down to your waist. Now, this is my problem with people looking at stats and saying, oh, this guy sucks or this guy doesn't suck because of his stats. This play right here, that steal that Bronny's teammate gets right here, he's able to get this steal because of Bronny. The offensive player in this clip takes one too many dribbles. Bronny is able to get his hand in there and strip that ball away from that offensive player. Because he was able to get that tip, his teammate got the steal. He doesn't get any stats for that. However, that defensive possession was successful because of Bronny. And now we have a mismatch. In this clip, what we have was a screen and roll, and they called switch. This is a massive height advantage for the offensive player. Bronny James knows that. So he's going to get in and up into that player. He is not going to allow that player to get inside position on himself, and he's going to make it tough for that offensive player. There are no fouls that are happening at this time. In fact, you could probably call the foul on the offensive player because his hand is over top of Bronny. However, Bronny is pushing him back. Mutual contact generally is not called by referees. This means that he is able to guard the low post against bigger, taller players, and then because of his ability to guard that low post, this player here goes to try and attack the rim. Bronny then is able to get into position to still be able to stop this drive from happening, and he's able to get that block. And then this last clip, which is actually very impressive. The offensive player is able to attack that right side of Bronny because Bronny was on his heels. Let's face it, sometimes that happens. That offensive player was able to attack, but Bronny doesn't want that to happen. So he's trying to dig his shoulder into the front of that offensive player's shoulder so that that offensive player can't have the open lane or angle to the basket. Because of this, Bronny was able to stay with him because he was digging his chest, stomach area into that shoulder, which then allowed him to contest this shot and block it. Even if you are unable to score at all, you can still make a massive impact on the defensive side. And everyone who is looking at stats saying, oh, he only averaged 2 points, or he only did this, he only did that. Guess what? I have a player that I used to train, and I made a ton of highlight tapes for himself, where he averaged over 20 rebounds a game in big tournaments like EYBL. And in those highlights and in those games, he scored less than 2 points per game, but because he got over 20 rebounds as a 6'7" guy, and you may be saying, well, he's 6'7", he better get rebounds. The guys who he was guarding and who were boxing him out were 7 feet tall. So he was able to get those rebounds as an undersized center. He got a full ride scholarship. It is not all about scoring. It is not all about your stats. It is all about what a single team needs. And what the Lakers probably need is somebody who can shoot. And Bronny has a solid shot, or at least shooting form, I should say. And he has solid defense. 3-and-D, you can't go wrong. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again next time.